Hello and welcome to our live news. The headlines. Terrorists release 23 remaining Kaduna-Abuja train victims. Academic Staff Union of Universities to sue the federal government over registration of factional academic unions. Ex-cop kills 22 children at a daycare center in Thailand. Nigeria drops in latest FIFA World Rankings.
Alive TV.
And now the news in detail. Almost 6 months after the Abuja-Kaduna train passengers were kidnapped by Boko Haram terrorists, the remaining 23 kidnapped victims have finally regained their freedom. The cheering news was broken yesterday by Usman Yusuf, Secretary, Chief of Defense Staff Action Committee. A presidential committee reportedly set up by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, to look into the abduction of the victims of the Kaduna train attack, secured the release of the 23 remaining victims in the terrorist captivity. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has threatened to sue the federal government over the registration of 2 factional unions. Recall that the federal government on Tuesday registered 2 new tertiary education unions. The unions are the National Association of Medical and Dental Academics and the Congress of Nigerian University Academics. According to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, it would approach the National Industrial Court over the registration of the 2 factional unions. The inauguration of the Board of Nigeria Basketball Federation by the Honourable Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Sunday Dare, commenced this morning at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. The event kicked off with the recitation of the national anthem and was preceded by a few words from the minister.
It is my pleasure this morning to welcome you to the inauguration of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, NBBF, led by Engineer Musa Kida. For the records, this is the only board and leadership recognized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development and by extension the federal government of Nigeria. Let that message go out clearly. The President, Vice President, and other members of the new board of the NBBF, the task of developing basketball under your watch now lies squarely on your shoulders. Our job as a ministry is done. Having said that, let me especially once again congratulate the board members being inaugurated today.
Newly appointed President of the Board, Engineer Musa Amadu Kida, newly elected Vice President Babatunde Ogunade, and other newly elected members were administered the oath of office by the Director of the Legal Department of the Ministry, Barrister Folusha Akinolu. On the foreign scene, a former policeman killed 37 people, including 22 children, during a knife and gun rampage at a daycare center in Thailand on Thursday, later shooting dead his wife and child at their home before turning his weapon on himself, police said. In one of the world's worst child death tolls in a massacre by a single killer in recent history, most of the children who died in Ufai Sawan, a town 500 kilometers northeast of Bangkok, were stabbed to death, police said. Police identified the attacker as a former member of the force who was dismissed from his post last year over drug allegations, and he was facing trial on drugs charge. The man had been in court earlier in the day and had then gone to the daycare center to collect his child, police spokesperson Paisal Liu Sumbusun told broadcasters. In sports, Nigeria's Super Eagles fell from 31st to 32nd in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola World Ranking, which was released today, October 6, 2022. The media understands that the list was made public on FIFA's official website. The Super Eagles of Nigeria ranked 4th in Africa, trailing 2022 World Cup hosts Senegal, who are the first, Morocco the second, and Tunisia the third. The Super Eagles' drop in the latest ranking could be traced to their underwhelming performance during the international break. And with that, we've come to the end of the news at this hour. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. Terrorists release 23 remaining Kaduna-Abuja train victims. Academic Staff Union of Universities to sue the federal government over registration of factional academic unions. Ex-cop kills 22 children at a daycare center in Thailand. Nigeria drops in latest FIFA World Rankings. Thank you for watching, and I'm Elizabeth Mitran. Do have a good day.
Alive TV.